2 decades plus a few years, Les Smith used to come into our homes via the television set. These days, he comes in the company of potential buyers in the competitive world of real estate.
If you like high ceiling and natural lights, then this is the one.
For those who say, "We miss you on TV," he says,
It's nice when people say that. You know, I'd like them to think of me as in my new career now.
a new career where on this day he's showing off $1 million listing in Sandbridge. And his communication skills from his television days seem to make this next chapter a natural fit.
To me, it's a luxury home that's on the beach.
For those who wonder what happened, why the career change, Les doesn't shy away from his truth.
I don't think you appreciate life until you get banged up a little bit.
Let's look back to one of the last times we enjoyed Les and his flawless television delivery. He was the calm after the storm in the aftermath of the Suffolk tornadoes in April 2008.
Welcome back to News Channel 3's live coverage of the aftermath of a tornado which slammed through Suffolk yesterday afternoon. I'm Les Smith, live outside Obacy Hospital.
Full disclosure, Les and I go way back. We anchored together in the 1980s. You might say we grew up together in the business. We've shared the triumphs and travails in our public and personal lives. But what I didn't know is my friend of more than 2 decades was experiencing turmoil as damaging on a personal level as the wreckage he reported on during one of his last assignments.
I didn't quit television news. I quit life.
He disappeared from the airwaves without explanation. No one knew why. One day, he just didn't come back to work. And when he reemerged, it was as if his personal screen went dark. He didn't know it yet. He was suffering from depression.
I like to think of it as a drain. You know, when you first start circling the drain, the circle is wide and slow. And then when you get closer to the drain, it becomes short and fast. I did it with lots of different things. Alcohol, relationship, spending, you name it. A lot of people who battle depression use all these things to try and take that pain away. I mean, I ended up in a hospital in New York City where I was working. And I really wanted to die. I was trying to die.
Alcohol was one of the instruments that nearly took his life, but the endless stream of booze led to an awakening.
Emotionally, physically, most of all spiritually, I was down to nothing. And I believe that when you're down to nothing, God is up to something.
That something turned out to be Youth Challenge in Newport News. Les credits the program here with turning his life around.
My relationship with Jesus Christ now has given me hope, which is something I didn't have for a long time.
I see something new in my old friend, not just the ease with which he describes every detail of his listing to potential buyers. I recognize it as an inner peace that says, yes, my friends, I'm in a good place now.
In Psalms, David writes, he rescued me because he delights in me. That's a lot better way to live life than the way I was living before.